So yeah, good morning. It's getting cool outside now. Had a nice sunny warm week last week though, didn't we? So everyone get comfortable wherever you are and just release and soften. Feel down through the feet or down through the sitting bones, wherever you are. Coming into the space, coming into what you feel and what you notice in the body. And that body scan from the face down to the neck and release the shoulders, the belly and the hips and the legs, and down to the feet and the toes. Arms and hands relaxed. Just letting the breath come and go. Now bringing the shoulders over the hips, let the breath deepen here. And you can move and adjust. So as you increase the depth of the breathing, let the exhale be longer than the inhale. Still releasing, still relaxing. And when thoughts come into the mind, just notice, let them pass right on through. Coming back to the rhythm and sensations of the breath. Add that ocean breath, Ujjayi breath. And now let's all take a deep breath in, fill completely. And exhale. And one more really deep breath. And exhale. Good, all right. And moving back to the mat. So find that upright seat with the shoulders over the hips. Bring the chin in slightly. The top of the head reaches up toward the ceiling. And bring the hands out to the side with the palms down toward the floor. Open the heart toward the top of the mat. And then turn the palms toward the top of the mat, draw the hands and arms back and gaze up toward the ceiling. And then exhaling, take the hands to the knees, the chin to the chest. Inhaling, come up, be gentle, it's early in the practice. Inhaling and exhaling. And one more time, lifting up tall, hands come back. And exhaling, chin toward the chest. And coming up to that upright seat, let the right ear drop over toward the right shoulder, extending the left hand to the floor. Breathe and release the neck. And bring the head up, and then let the left ear drop over toward the left shoulder, extending the right hand. And bring the head up, and let the chin drop toward the chest. And then gently draw the chin toward the right shoulder, and then bring it to center and toward the left, and center and right, and center and left. And bring the head to the center, inhaling, bring the head back up, draw the shoulders back. And bring the hands out in front, palms together, fingers reaching forward. And on your inhale, just let the hands drift up toward the ceiling, following the hands with the eyes. Breathe as you reach. Turn the palms out, exhaling, and the hands come down. Inhaling, palms turn up, inhaling the hands up. Exhaling. And inhaling, hands to the ceiling. Palms together, interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the ceiling. Turn the gaze straight ahead, pressing the palms up, and draw the arms back. And now arc over to the right, turning the gaze up under that left arm. And the hands to center and arc to the left, pressing up through the hands, gazing up under the right arm. And back to center, gazing ahead, draw the arms back. And then release the interlaced fingers, arms wide and down. Ooh, yeah, okay. And you can bicycle the shoulders, move the head, kind of letting everything release here. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg, and the right hand comes behind. Lifting, releasing the shoulders, exhale, twist to the right. Inhaling, come to center. Bringing the right hand across, lifting and twisting left. Inhaling back to center. The twist to the right, extending the right hand if you choose. And coming back to center, coming across to the left, extending and reaching. Inhaling back to the front. Ah, yeah. So we'll do some circles. Come forward with the heart and then take the body to the right and then round back, come to the left, coming forward and exhaling as you round back. And make these circles as big as you'd like, small or large. And then go the other direction, take the body to the right and coming forward, and then to the left and back. Noticing the rhythm of the breath. And when you come to the back with the chin toward the chest, arms are not strong. They're just, arms are straight, cupping the knees, chin toward the chest. And then as you inhale, lift up tall, let the gaze come up toward the ceiling as you draw the shoulders back. Pressing the heart forward, and as you exhale, letting the chin drop down toward the chest, rounding back. Inhaling, coming up, gazing up. Exhaling, round. And one more time, inhaling, lifting, gaze up toward the ceiling, shoulders back and down, and coming back up into that upright seat. All good. Yeah, bring the hands behind, interlace the fingers, press the heels of the hands together, and the thumbs come to the sacrum, and then gently lift up tall, drawing the elbows toward the center of the mat. Now, move the head, keep the neck relaxed. And now straighten the arms, pressing the upper arms into the back, pressing toward the back of the mat with the fingers. And go ahead and release. So bring out your right leg, holding on behind the knee, pressing out through the heel, and circle the toes. And the other way. And point the toes and flex the toes, flex the foot, and point the toes and flex, and point and flex. And now point the foot and flex the toes. Yeah, you might have to think about that a minute. Good. Spread the toes wide. The foot is still pointed and the toes are flexed. Good, all right. Okay. Now press out through the outside edge of the foot so the bottom of the foot faces to the left. And now back to pressing out through the ball of the foot and the heel. And bring that foot across, support the knee with the right arm, and rock the baby. And remember that foot can be low, it can be higher, it can be wherever it feels okay for you today. Ah, yes. And if you want, while you're here, you can bring that foot down on top of the left leg and you can give yourself a little foot massage. Working the thumbs into the bottom of the foot. The pads at the front of the foot all the way back to even the toes, all the way back to the heel. Good. Then take the right hand to the outside of that right foot, extend the leg. You can use a strap. Remember, the strap is an arm extender. Breathe. And that bend in the knee, and now take the right foot out to the right. Good, let the shoulders go. Feeling that sensation in the hip. And bring the foot back to center. Cross over with the left hand, taking the foot to the left. And again, you can extend the right arm if you choose. Let the shoulders go, keep the face soft. And bring the foot back to center. And with both hands, just lift that leg a bit higher. And then release. And breathe as you press forward with through the heel and the ball of the foot. One more breath. And then release the right leg down. Take a breath. And bring out the left leg. Again, supporting behind the knee. Staying tall, and circle the toes. And go the other way. And point the toes and flex. And point and flex. And point and flex. Now point the foot, but flex the toes. So you're pressing forward with the ball of the foot and taking those toes up to the ceiling. Good, all right. And now take the outside edge of the left foot and face the bottom of the foot to the right. And coming back, pressing forward with the heel and the ball of the foot. And now bring the left foot across, support the knee, and rock the baby. And if you choose, you can press the thumbs into the bottom of that left foot, turning the bottom foot up. Yeah, feels pretty good. And now with the left hand, extend the left leg. And take that leg to the left. And bring it to center. And with the right hand, take the foot to the right. And bring everything back to center, lifting the foot a little higher. Big, long, deep breaths. And then release. Strong through the leg, through the heel, and the ball of the foot. One more breath. And release that foot down. Okay, good. Take a breath. Move and adjust. And come over onto all fours. Into table. With the fingers spread wide, grip the mat with the fingers. Feel the palms of the hands on the mat. And our moving cat-cow. So as you inhale, let the belly drop, lifting the head, gazing ahead, and then exhaling, rounding up, and move the hips back toward the heels. And bring the elbows down, coming forward, lift back up, gazing ahead, exhaling, rounding, and moving back. Inhaling and exhaling. Moving here with your breath. And one more, coming forward and up. And exhaling, hips move back. And coming back up to that table, gaze straight down between the hands. And as you exhale, let the hips move to the right, coming onto the right knee. And then come to center. And exhaling, take the hips to the left. Coming onto the left knee. Inhaling, center. Exhale, take the hips right. Inhale, center. And now hips left. And coming back to center. It's good, yeah. So inhale here, and as you exhale, we'll do the same thing, except this time I'm going to take the gaze past the right shoulder toward the back of the mat. So press the hips left, gaze right. Inhale, come center. Exhaling, take the gaze left, hips move right. And coming to center, exhale, take the gaze right. And to center, and now gaze to the left. And back to center. Getting some pops and snaps, which is a good thing. So extend that right arm out to the right, and as you inhale, let the right shoulder lift, opening the heart to the right. Staying long through the spine here. And exhaling, take that arm down and under, thread the needle. Left elbow to the mat, the right side of the head to the mat, reaching through and extending that left arm either straight toward the top of the mat or toward the ceiling, or palm down on the sacrum. Gently turning the gaze up toward the ceiling. And bring the left hand back under the left shoulder, lifting back up. Extend the arm to the right. Open. Keep the neck relaxed. And exhale the right hand down and gently move here. Now extend the left arm out and open the heart to the left. And your next exhale, take that left arm down and under, threading through. And where you want to be, just gently turn the gaze up to the ceiling. And right hand back under the right shoulder, lifting back up, extending, opening to the left. And exhale and bring the left hand down under the left shoulder and back in our table. So take the body out to the right and then move the hips back toward the heels. Let the head drop and then move the body left and come forward. Finding a little stretch in the wrists and then the body to the right and back. Keep the knees a little wide for the belly. Coming forward, shoulder blades come onto the back. Exhaling, hips move back. Just big circles here with the breath. And then go the other direction to the right and forward. Again, finding that little gentle stretch in the wrists and moving the hips back. And then next time you're at the back, let the hips just rest back toward the heels on a block or onto the heels and reach the hands toward the top of the mat. Let the head release. And if you choose, you can bring the elbows down onto the mat behind the wrists. And just release the forehead toward the mat. And I'm getting a little sensation in the shoulders when I do that, especially if I keep the elbows in close to the center or toward the center of the mat. Good. So lift the head here. Elbows are shoulder width apart behind the hands, and then lift up. So now you're on your knees. Bring your knees in, hip width. Interlock the fingers, interlace the fingers. And stay right here and breathe, or curl the toes and lift the hips into dolphin. And you can work those heels toward the back of the mat one at a time if you're in Dolphin. Pressing the forearms into the mat, pressing the heart back toward the knees. Face is soft, neck is relaxed. Then you can go one step further and you can take the chin or the face forward of the hands. Exhale, lift the hips back up. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. One more breath. And exhale the knees down. Bring the hips back toward the heels. Into hero. Okay. And breathe. So if your hips are back there, you might think about bringing the hands behind the feet and then lifting the hips into a quad stretch here as the head falls back. Yep, okay, be gentle. And I realize not everyone can get their hips all the way back to the heels, and I understand that. So what you need are a couple of books or a couple of blocks or something to rest your hips on. And you kind of go where you get to that sensation in the thighs if you kind of lean back a little bit. And that accomplishes exactly the same thing, right? That little stretch that you get in the quads. That's a good thing. And coming back forward, come up into your table. Bring the knees under the hips. And curl the toes, and we'll move into downward facing dog. Popping straight up. Work the heels. And then step the feet toward the hands. Inhale into half lift. And the belly presses down toward the toes. Shoulder blades on the back. Straightening the legs. And exhale, bend the knees. And come into your forward fold. Let the head just go. Inhale, come to half lift. Exhale, back down to the forward fold. And now press with the feet, knees bent, coming up, rounding, and then bring the shoulders back, arms come wide, hands lift, gazing up. Exhale into mountain pose. Good, all right. Sun salutation A. Inhale the hands up and exhale into the forward fold. Diving in, release the head. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepping back into plank. Knees down or not. Elbows to the center. Exhale, lower. Come into cobra. Bring the toes together, touching toenails on the mats, gazing ahead. Breathe. Exhaling, pressing up, back, downward dog. And step the feet to the top of the mat. Come to half lift as you inhale. Exhale the forward fold. And now get long through the spine, arms come wide. Press with the feet coming up. Exhaling, mountain pose. Good, all right. Do our spinal flow and then we'll do some more stuff. More stuff. So strong through the feet as you press into the mat, lifting up into mountain pose. Inhale the arms up. And now exhale the right hand down, come over to your right, arc to your right. Gazing up. Inhaling, bring the right hand up. Now that arc over to the left. Good, all right. Inhale the hands up. And now reaching wide, turn the palms up and twist to the right. And inhaling, come up. Exhaling, that twist to the left. And inhale up. Hands in prayer through the heart, hinging, bringing the belly to the thighs as we release into forward fold. Press the hips to the ceiling. Now really bend the knees, bring the hands out in front, long through the spine, coming back up. Exhale the hands back. Inhaling up, gazing straight ahead, reaching to the ceiling, and exhale, mountain pose. Whew, okay. So let's do head to knee, stepping back with the right foot. And you might go just a bit further than you have in the past. 2 lanes for the feet. And those right toes are out at about 45-degree angle. Keep a little bend in that front knee. Bring the hands behind. Shoulders back. And now exhale. Coming forward and down over that left leg with a little bend in the knee. And lift the hands to the ceiling as the head releases toward the mat. Strong through the arms, squeezing the hands together. Inhaling, get long, lifting back up. Press the hands down to the mat. Again, take the gaze to the ceiling, pressing the right hip forward. And lift back up. And now take the arms wide as you move the weight into that front foot, coming into standing airplane. Find your spot on the floor and breathe. Inhale and come up. And exhale the hands down. Good. All right, take a breath. And step back with the left foot. Then maybe a little further back than you have in the past. 2 lanes for the feet. Keeping the shoulders and the chest toward the top of the mat. Interlace the fingers or reverse prayer or grab the elbows, whatever combination is best for you. And get long and tall and exhale and fold over the right leg. Now you draw the right hip back, squeezing those hands and arms in. One more breath. Inhale, get long in the spine, coming back up. Press the hands to the mat, shoulders back, gaze lifts. Now moving the left hip forward. And lifting back up. Take the arms wide, move the weight forward into the right foot, onto the back toes, standing airplane. Inhaling up and exhale the hands down. Ooh, good job. All right. So let's move down to the mat, do some stuff down there. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Come to half lift. And exhale, float back into plank. Inhaling. Now exhale and lower halfway. Knees can be down, press back up. Lower halfway. Press back up. Lower halfway. And press back up. Good. Now lift the right foot off the mat. And bring the right foot down and lift the left foot off the mat. Flex that left foot. And bring the left foot down. Exhale and lower all the way down. Ah, yes. Let's come up into Sphinx, bringing the elbows under the shoulders. And just breathe here first for a minute. Maybe not a minute, for a couple of breaths. So bring the toes together, big toes, tops of the feet on the mat, lifting the gaze straight ahead, and breathe. Good, all right. So bring the gaze down toward the top of the mat. Press the knees into the mat. Lift the hips. Take a breath. And curl the toes. Press back through the heels so the knees come off the mat. And breathe. Two more deep breaths. Good. Release the knees down, bring the hips down, take the elbows wide. The right side of the face comes to the mat. And just let it go. And the left side of the face. And now bring the chin to the mat and extend the arms out ahead, palms down on the floor. And you can, actually your forehead is probably easier here, forehead on the mat. And you're reaching forward with the fingers, and the fingers are spread wide, and you're reaching back through the toes. The tops of the feet are on the mat. On your next inhale, lift the head, lift the right arm and the left leg. Now, here we go with that, pointing the foot and flexing the toes. So you're pressing back through the ball of the left foot, lifted left foot, flexing the toes, but reaching forward with the right fingers, fingers spread. Keep the neck long here as you reach. Pressing the left hand down onto the floor and breathe. And one more breath. And exhale, bring the leg down, bring the right hand down, bring the forehead down to the mat. And bring the elbows wide, take a breath. And coming back into our extended pose, reaching forward with the fingers, forehead to the mat. Now as you inhale, it's the left hand and the right leg. Keeping the neck long and reaching forward, pressing back through the ball of the right foot. One more deep breath. And exhaling, bring everything down. Again, let the elbows come wide. Turn the heels out. Right side of the face to the mat and breathe. And the left side of the face. Good. Bring your hands under the shoulders. Lift back up into table. Take a breath in table. Move. A little bit of work here on the back muscles. So just gently move. You can do some cat-cows, kind of release that back. And now bring the feet around to the front into a seated posture. So the legs are out there. We'll do forward fold, seated forward fold. So with a little bend in the knees, lift up tall. And now exhale and come forward with the heart toward the toes. But keep the head lifted. Stay long through the low back here. So you're pressing the belly forward into the thighs. Move the heels forward or in for the sensation that feels good for you or feels okay for you today. Ah, yes. Now see if you can relax. See if you can release, not folding down over the legs, but just letting everything you're not using right now, just let it go. Still pressing the belly forward. So the shoulders, arms and hands. Good. Now you can release down. So round the upper back, not necessarily the lower back, but just let the head drop down toward the knees. Not too much rounding in the low back. And now lift the head, get long through the spine, and come back up. Good. Bring the feet about halfway in, hip width apart. We're going to move into reverse table. So the hands behind the hips, fingers point forward. And if you got shoulder problems, you might think about sitting this one out or resting. And as you inhale, if you come with me, then just lift the hips toward the ceiling. Let the head fall back. One more breath. Exhaling, bring the hips down. Good. And come back onto your elbows. So you're on the elbows are in close to the body. And now lift the knees off the mat and the feet off the mat. And you can do this one leg at a time, extending one leg and then the other, or both legs at about a 45-degree angle, and breathe. Bring both feet all the way to the ceiling, still staying on the elbows. Flex the feet and bring those feet down toward the mat. Point the toes, lift the feet back up. Flex both feet, exhaling, inhaling up, exhaling. One more time, lifting both legs toward the ceiling. And flex the feet, bend the knees, and bring both feet down to the mat. And now just settle back down onto your back. Ah, yes. Come into reclining cobble. Soles of the feet together. Turn the palms up and breathe. Good. Bring the knees up to the ceiling. Bring the right knee into the chest. You can extend the left leg or leave that left foot flat on the floor. Hugging the right knee in. And with the strap or your right hand, find the outside edge of the right foot and then take the bottom of that foot right up to the ceiling. Half happy baby. And you're breathing. And release the foot. Take the right leg straight up, pressing up through the heel, strong through the foot. And with both hands behind the knee, just gently take the right leg toward the back of the mat, inhaling, and as you exhale, release. And then gently toward the back of the mat with the leg and release. And one more time toward the back of the mat and release. And slowly lower the right leg down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Bring the left knee into the chest. Good. All right. And with the strap or the left hand, the bottom of the left foot up to the ceiling. Again, finding relaxation everywhere else. And the left foot straight up, flexing that foot, bringing the hands behind the knee, exhaling back toward the back of the mat. Inhale, ease. Exhaling, drawing that foot back or the leg back. Inhaling, ease. And exhale, back toward the back of the mat. And ease. And now slowly lower. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good, all right. Bring both knees into the chest and then gently rock. And you can stay right here, or you can actually grab hold of the outside edges of both feet and come into full happy baby. Now you're trying to keep the shoulder blades down on the mat and the hip bones down on the mat. At the bottom of the feet, straight up to the ceiling. Good, and release again, hugging those knees in and rocking side to side. Bring both feet down to the mat, arms wide. Your choice, feet can be mat width, or feet can be together, or hip width. Take a breath. And as you exhale, let the knees fall over to the right, turn your gaze to the left. Knees to the ceiling, knees left, gaze right. Bring the knees back up. Legs long, arms behind. One long, deep inhale, stretching. And exhale into Savasana. Find that most relaxing posture. Focusing the mind to settle the mind on the breath. Come back gently with little movements, then larger movements. And coming back up to seated when you're ready. So thank you and namaste.